If anyone's a real grinder out there, can I plug RXP real quick? Because they just came out with something under the radar. Not a lot of people know about it.
Is it the
But
gold
it's
thing?
yeah, it's the
Oh,
gold
it's
thing.
amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
It's awesome. So it's subscription based, right? So you have to pay like $5 a month or something, right? But it's on rxp.com. It's the same guys that made the leveling guide, Cargos, Tactics, Zarant, Seven Leaves, Tommy Salami, you know, all the homies. And this guide was made primarily by Tactics. And he pulled me into a call and he was showing me how it works and all that. And I was like, there's no way. Because it's so in depth.
And it goes by your server and your market on the auction house.
Yeah,
It's amazing in real time.
It pulls the data from Nexus Hub in real time every hour from the auction house on your server. You log in. So basically, you tell the guide like, I am a level 70 human warlock with tier 5 gear. These are my professions. Yada yada yada. And based on what you select and your server economy, it tells you straight up like a tier list of the most profitable activities you could be doing on that character at that time.
Yep, with
So
the
like
professions you have, it's sick.
yeah. So for me, I was like, it said like, oh, you could go grind Primal Fires, right? And I was like, well, I don't feel like grinding, so I just toggled off like the grinding button, and it pulls up tailoring. And I was like, oh, well, I'm a tailor. And it said, if you make this item right now, you are guaranteed a minimum of 20 gold profit from the cost it took you to make it on the auction house to what you could sell it for.
Yep.
And I did not believe that this was going to work. So I did it. I made 10 of those items and I sold them on the auction house. I made 200 gold.
Dude, it's
Look at that.
It's what I do with TSM, but it takes the work out of it for you, because I have to like log on each character, pull up TSM, look at the current profits that I can make on different items and stuff. But this, you just pull it up, like it's all in one there. All of your characters' profiles are saved there. You just look and see what's the best thing you could do right now, and it really streamlines the whole process. It's really cool.
Yeah. And it's going to get updated for Wrath, dude. And he showed me the Excel sheets that he has, like the brain of the operation. Like he pulled up like the back end of the website. Dude, it is insane. Like it looks like, you know, like that meme of like the clear guy with the brain, and there's just math like spinning around him. That is exactly what it looks like. It's like thousands of hours of work that Tactics has put into it.
I thought you were going to say it looked like the Matrix Code, but
yeah, basically. No, he spent like 6 months, like just right, because he did every gold farm himself. He went on the PTR and like he logged like how long on average does it take to kill something with these different item levels of like average gear, and it's insane.
Yeah, and if you want, I think it was the last episode. No, episode before last of Prepared Podcast by Snowme. He had Tactics on, and they talked about a lot of this. So, like, anybody listening should definitely check out that. Snowme, friend of the show. It's a really good podcast, and Tactics just went through a bunch of the stuff. It was super cool. I actually thought about reaching out to him to come on the show, but I still just might before, Wrath comes.
You should. Yeah, absolutely. He's a great guy.
All right, and then the last thing, which is actually like a really good idea, and a lot of people, including me, did this for TBC launch, is just fill up your quest log with completed quests and complete them after Wrath launches. It just gives you a nice little bump.
Preferably the quests from like Shadow Moon Valley, right? Like the high, like level 70
high-end ones.
Quests.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
if you haven't done your attunements yet, like if you have that old attunement quest line, I bet you that's a lot of XP.
I bet it is too. And also I hear daily quests work good too. So the Isle of Quell Danas could be a really good one to have all of those done. So,
I bet you Northrend's going to be so packed on launch in the leveling zones. You might behoove yourself from just doing like 70 to 72 in Outlands.
Maybe.
Like if you're like me and you boosted a 58 or whatever, and you're just having fun, and you sat in Shadow Labs for 5 levels just paying some dude to mage AoE farm that crap down for you. Dude, I have like every quest in Outlands still available. Like I could probably just go blast them all out.
It's probably you know how much money you can make from those quests.
Yeah, see, that's how I made the starter money to make money on the auction house, was doing all those quests.
You're forgetting You're forgetting I'm a shameless card swiper, so it doesn't matter. I could spend 2 hours doing quests, or I could spend 5 minutes at work.
Hey,
and buy that
at least you're
much
upfront
gold.
about it.
Hey, I'm shameless, dude.
I like
I'm trying to
questing,
get
though.
GG to give me a promo code Winky. That's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best way, like you said, because there are some neutral areas in the Howling Fjord and Borean Tundra, like with the Cairn Tor and everything, that is going to be so contested on PvP servers. It's going to be ridiculous. Like
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
our
let's see
PvP
more.
server is basically a PvE server, but it'll
Yeah.
still be contested.
Yeah,
Like
it'll just be contested with people you can't kill when they tag your mob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was like there's this private server called Warmain, which has a seasonal Wrath Lich King server. So every once in a while it goes fresh again, so people are once again leveling, and it has a lot of people playing on it, so you can kind of see how much of a mayhem it is. And I did one season of it, so to say, and like I said, some areas were just mayhem, dude. Like you're just much better off just going back to like Shadowmoor Valley or just finding some packs of mobs, just grinding it out. Because
Well, Warmane doesn't layer anything, right?
yeah, that is true. But then again, Warmain, I mean, yeah, that is true.
Because I think
That's one thing.
Benediction is going to have like 10 or 11 layers on launch for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I
That- that-
So
remember
it might not be terrible.
Whitemane
It'll
had
still be
10
bad.
on launch, maybe
Mhm.
11 at its top, but that was when Whitemane was like 13,000 people. So I don't know. Benediction's going to be scary.
It'll be like 30 layers, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's going to be scary.
I do
Well,
have a feeling
and-
people are going to spend like most of their time in like the Nexus and Utgard Keep, like those entry level rat dungeons, and just spam it out over and over again with like again, like AoE cleave group looking for 3
Oh,
mages.
yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I'm sure RXP will have their 5-man leveling guide as well as their normal guide. So I'll just use whatever they're doing.
Yep, same.
Yeah, it really takes the effort out of it, right?
Oh, it's so
Having-
nice. It's so nice having any guide. Like there's
Yeah.
what's the other one, like Lime, whatever, and Guide Lime. I think that's one of them. And then there's Zygors, and then there's RXP. It's nice to have that little arrow, because especially if you're streaming, because you don't even have to pay attention to what you're doing. You're just talking to chat, following the arrow.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I
like
just
you don't have to go like, oh, what am I killing? Where am I going? Like, what is this?
Or
what
you have to
I
like plan
loved
it out in
about
your
it.
head, right? Like I'll be like,
Mhm.
okay, so I should go up here first, and then you like end up going up here, and then back down here, and then back up here, and you're like, come on.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the part that I love is when I go, oh, I went and turned these 2 quests in because it gives me 2 more quests that are over here with these other 3.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
when I really love the guy, and I'm like, oh, that's
yeah. RXP
Nothing's
with the
worse than
speedrunning
going through a
stuff.
cave to kill one thing and then getting a quest that you have to kill everything else that you had to kill to get
Yeah.
to that one thing, and you're like,
Yeah,
seriously?
RXP changed my life in Classic when I was using it.
yep,
and
same.
and I hit like level 40. You know, because that's the forever 40s, right? Like you hit 40 and you're like, where do I go? There's all these quests. There's one in Darnassus. There's one in Iron.
Yeah.
Like, where do I
It's
go? What do
all
I
over
do?
the place.
And they streamlined it to where it's just like okay, go. You're gonna go to Darnassus and you're gonna get these 4 quests, and 3 of them are gonna lead you with follow-ups from like, WPL all the way to Ungoro,
Well,
and then you're gonna do all the Ungoro quests
like,
at once. And it's
it'll-
like, what?
It'll have you throw quest items in the bank for 5 levels, and then they're like, all right,
Yeah.
now go back to the bank, grab these, because now we're headed over to here, and you're going to turn in these 4 quests you've had sitting complete forever. Like, it's really
Mhm.
cool.
And
Like,
it tells you, my favorite was that it tells you to delete quest items. You know how you like get done, like you're like 10 levels later and you're like, what is this item in my bag? Do I need
Yeah.
this? Have to
Yeah, it'll
Google
tell
it.
you
you're
can
like
delete
halfway
these
through
now,
phase 2, and you're like, oh, that's a quest from Hellfire Peninsula. Shit, I've been carrying that
I mean-
for months.
I'm gonna hit 8. I swear I'm gonna hit 80. Like the week 1 of Wrath, right? Like 3 days in, I'm probably gonna ding 80, and I'm still gonna have Archmage Vargoth staff in my inventory.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yep.
At this point, I have it macroed in a Shadow Bolt, so I like always cast the Archmage while I'm in doing boss encounters and stuff.
That's
You have a new one in
hilarious.
Wrath. You have a quest chain where you have to talk to Bran Bronzebeard with a communicator, so you can do the same thing, same thing,
Oh,
with that
nice.
item. Yeah,
Heck
you
yeah,
can.
let's
So there you
go.
go. Get
We can
that.
do
You can
2.
win people. 2, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
Exactly.
Archmage and Broadsbeard.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
All right, well, that's that's it for the news. Kind of short and sweet this week. So let's move into. Thank you very much for checking out Warcraft Reloaded podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future content.